A while back in one of my live streams, I said this. Probably top 5 levels, at least. I keep saying that, so I'm probably gonna have to make a video where I actually, like, definitively state top 10 levels. And now I'm gonna do it! Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is one of the greatest platformers ever crafted, with so many incredible levels full of creativity and wonderful design. Finding my top 10 was not easy, but these levels, I believe, best show off only the best that this game has to show. The criteria for this list comes down to how fun is the level to play, how pretty does it look, and is the soundtrack good. And that's it. Onto the list. Busted Bayou is the first level in this game with the silhouette aesthetic. These are among some of the most gorgeous levels in the entire game, despite only having a handful of colours. But these colours are just so rich, and the wonderful design of the level makes it a joy to platform through every time. Being in the first world is not very challenging, but some of the secrets hidden here are really hard to spot on a first playthrough, particularly this here star puzzle. It's also worth noting that even Samus herself has been to this level, as her ship can be found crashed amidst the trees. And the music only improves the immersion even more. Now they just need to make a Smash Bros. Stage with the same silhouette theme. Now we head to World 3, which, spoiler alert, is my favourite world. And the very first level captures everything this world is about. We find ourselves in the savannah of an Africa-like island, in the middle of what seems to be some sort of celebration. The happy energy this level gives off is just so strong that even the trees are dancing. Somehow this is both adorable and kinda scary. But playing this level always puts a goofy grin on my stupid face. My only gripe is that the level is a bit easy, but that can be excused as it's the first level of the island. But all that is irrelevant when the level ends with the stunning shot of the sun rising over the horizon. Absolutely amazing. Minecart levels are a staple of the DKC series, and they never cease to amaze with the many ways they keep the idea alive. In Sawmill Thrill, you find yourself in a minecart going through a huge cabin in the alpine woods. The only catch is that the cabin is full of giant saws and blades that are chomping away at the track your minecart is relying on, and one hit means death. It even reaches a point where you can run out of rails and need to hop across wooden debris being fired by the saws. The level then transitions into a boat section after you escape from the saws, only to be greeted with even more deadly blades. I only wish this level was a bit longer as it goes by very quickly. Reckless Ride has a penguin riding a mech. Need I say more? Well yeah, this is one of those rocket barrel levels in the game, which I love. And you ride it through a fruity factory as giant knives cut through many types of fruit, sending debris flying towards you. Kinda similar to Sawmill Thrill now that I think about it. The main attraction, the penguin, shows up throughout the latter parts of the level. However, this penguin is piloting a giant mech with spiky claw thingies and a cannon that fires out even more penguins. But he finally gets what he deserves when he doesn't stop to check his mirrors, which results in him getting vored. Karma. The only part that would improve this level is if DK would deal the final blow himself. And now we return to the savannah, but this time a storm is brewing. The entire level takes place around or even inside the eye of a huge tornado. It even features Rambi, but this time Rambi isn't the one causing all the carnage. This is a rare instance when wind mechanics in a 2D platformer aren't annoying. It can actually help you in certain areas. At one point, enemies and debris are being flung at you from the background by the tornado, keeping the player on their toes at all times. The level concludes with DK and crew being flung into the storm, dodging lightning blasts and even more heavy wind. I definitely recommend bringing Dixie since this can be really difficult to platform through. Epic is the only word I can use to describe Meltdown Mayhem. It is one of the final levels in the game after all. You find yourself inside of an active volcano, and while that may sound pretty standard for a platformer, that all changes when Rambi is brought into the picture. Now you're riding on the back of a rhino as the stone platforms crumble and submerge into the ever-present lava, while at the same time making sure you're going fast enough to avoid getting singed yourself. The final seconds even have a giant lava tsunami chasing you. Definitely the best Rambi level in the entire series if you ask me. Abyss Abyss is on this list because it literally makes my jaw drop whenever I play this on a new playthrough. It's another silhouette level, but this time underwater. These backgrounds, man, I don't even need to say anything, just look at it. The actual level isn't bad either, with secrets hidden around every corner. There is never a dull moment. We even have a giant catfish creature thing. The parts where you're not underwater are kinda bland though, and only made me want to get back to enjoy the visuals. That stops it from being much higher. Not much more can be said. It's a solid water level with great music and even better visuals. We return to the savannah, but this time, no celebration is to be had. Nobody is happy. Now the entire desert has been set ablaze. Trees remain as nothing but ashy husks of their former selves. Even swinging on vines is now a risk as they are all burning away slowly. Not even these water fruits can extinguish the flames entirely. In fact, some parts of the level can be set on fire simply by having DK step on them. The haunting soundtrack even adds to the atmosphere really well. The reason this level is at number 3 is because it reminds us that we should take care of the planet we live on, and we should all value the environment. Truly a beautiful level, in a weird, twisted sort of way. What's this? Another water level? Yeah, the water levels in this game are all bangers, but Irate 8 is something else. This level includes the comeback we didn't ask for, but the comeback we all wanted. The giant octopus guy from Returns is back, but in this game he is not playing around. What seems like a regular water level at first evolves into a chase level as you swim away from the deadly tentacles and even deadlier ink as the octopus glares at you from the background. All of this as a remix of Lockjaw Saga plays. All of this ends with DK sending the octopus back to the abyss of whence it came. Someone is having calamari tonight. A wonderful level, but only one beats it. An ice level is my personal favourite level in the game. Yep, Frosty Fruits is incredible. It's colourful and creative. You think you've played every possible setting in a platformer? Well, this level is essentially a giant freezer inside of an even bigger fruit factory. The same one we saw earlier in the list. The ice isn't nearly as horrible as it may seem. In fact, it's actually fun. Especially at this part, with these giant watermelon spring thingies that make a giant ice slide. To add to the theme, we have giant popsicles that slide off the stick if you stand on them for too long. Not gonna lie, those popsicles look delicious. In case that wasn't enough, the soundtrack is a remix of In a Snowbound Land, one of the best songs in the series composed by David Wise. Can you see why this is my favourite?